Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Raff, and today I'm going to read you a story about some tennis greats. Martina and Chrissy, the greatest rivalry in the history of sports. Written by Phil Bildner and illustrated by Brett Hillquist. Hey guys, yeah, I'm talking to you. You see the two names on the cover, Martina and Chrissy? That's Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert. You know who they are, right? No? No? Wow. Okay. Well, these two women formed the greatest rivalry in the history of sports. No, not the history of women's sports, in the history of all sports. Yeah, you need to know about Martina and Chrissy. Martina and Chrissy, the greatest rivalry in the history of sports. First, let me tell you about Chrissy. She started taking lessons when she was 5. By 8th grade, she was ranked #1 in the whole country. Chrissy was this all American girl, patience and poise and precision, calm and collected and completely in control. Her ground strokes were perfect, perfect. From the baseline, she was automatic, automatic. And the two-handed backhand of hers, oh man, everyone copied the way she hit it. Everyone. In 1971, she played in her first ever Grand Slam tournament, the U.S. Open. Little Chrissy Everett against Marianne Eisel, the fourth-ranked woman in the country, on center court at Forest Hills. She lost the first set, fell behind the second, and the TV announcer wrote her off. But then the high school girl from Florida fought off 6 match points. 6. She won the match. Won the match. Nah, she didn't win the tournament. She won something better. The hearts of the fans. Now, let me tell you about Martina. She was smacking tennis balls off a cement wall when she was 4.5. At 15, she was the national champ. 15. But Martina was from Czechoslovakia, a communist country. In communist countries, you weren't free. Not like America. Not at all. Martina, she was all emotion all the time, slapping her thighs and yelling at herself and bursting into tears. Sometimes she'd even cry on the court. Martina had this lefty serve that was wicked, wicked, and she loved to rush the net, serve and volley, serve and volley, serve and volley. Guys, Martina owned the net. But at the time, that's not how women were supposed to play tennis, not in the United States. Women were expected to act a certain way, behave a certain way. Martina said no. She was going to play her brand of tennis, whether you liked it or not. Keep in mind, this was during the Cold War. You do know what the Cold War was, right? No? The Cold War was when the two greatest powers on the planet, the United States, a free country, and the Soviet Union, a communist country, were locked in a standoff. For decades, the two nations distrusted each other, despised each other, wanted to destroy each other. For decades, the nations of the world picked sides. Martina was from the other side. The first time Martina and Chrissy played each other, only a few hundred people showed up. Martina was really out of shape, and Chrissy won easily. In fact, those first few years they played, Chrissy flat out dominated. Then again, Chrissy dominated everyone. For 5 years in a row, she was the #1 player on the planet. On the planet. Most rivals don't like each other, and some rivals hate each other. And because of the Cold War, Martina and Chrissy were supposed to distrust and despise and want to destroy each other too. But Martina and Chrissy, they were friends, good friends. Before matches, they hung out, watched television, ate meals, and even practiced together. Martina and Chrissy, they weren't the type of women who did what they were supposed to do. After a while, Martina got tired of all that losing, even to her friend. So she did something about it. She got in shape. She grew up. Then came the Wimbledon, where Martina and Chrissy played in the finals. At first, Chrissy was rolling like always. On this one point, Martina was at the net for an easy overhead smash, but when a gust of wind blew and Martina whiffed, on another point, Martina was at the net and Chrissy blasted a shot that, bam, nailed Martina right in the head. Well, guys, that shot woke Martina up. She fought off 3 break points. 3. Won the game, won the set, won the match. Martina, Wimbledon champion, her first Grand Slam title. Over the next few years, Chrissy won, Martina won, Chrissy won, the two best players in the world doing battle back and forth, back and forth. Each Sunday that Martina and Chrissy played, everyone tuned in to watch. But then something changed between Martina and Chrissy. Martina got a new coach with a new approach, and this new coach, she didn't allow her players to be friends with their rivals. She wanted them to hate their opponents like enemies. For a few years, Martina and Chrissy barely spoke. On the courts, Martina went on a rampage. She beat Chrissy 13 straight times, 13, all in the finals of tournaments. But Chrissy, she never gave up or gave in. At the French Open, they met in the finals. Martina seeded number 1, Chrissy number 2, neither having dropped a single set in the entire tournament. First set, Chrissy. Second set, Martina. Third set, oh man, Chrissy was 1 game from the match, 1 game from the title. But Martina rallied, took 12 of the next 13 points. But then Chrissy rallied back on match point. Boom, she smoked a monster backhand down the line. Game, set, match. Chrissy was queen again. But this time around, she shared her crown with Martina, her rival, her friend. You see, for all those years, Martina never gave up or gave in either, and finally she'd earned something more valuable than any championship. She won the hearts of the fans. So, who was better, Martina or Chrissy? Martina and Chrissy played 80 times. Martina won 43. 60 of those matches took place in tournament finals. Martina won 36. 14 of those tournaments were Grand Slams. Martina won 10. So if you go by the numbers, it's pretty clear. Advantage, Martina. But guys, numbers never tell the whole story, and no rivalry is ever just about numbers. Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert made each other better players and better people too. Because they played together, they became the best, equal parts of the greatest rivalry in the history of sports. In the back of the book, there are some timelines and some more information about these two great players. If you're interested in learning more, check out Pebble Go or World Book for some more information about tennis and these two greats. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story.